everyone. Good evening. Namaskar. Salam alaikum. Wanakkam. Sat Sri Akal. Welcome to each and every one of you for this wonderful, first of its kind initiative in the country, India's Super Brains Virtual Summit. There was a time when we wanted to learn from a guru. We used to go to a Gurukul and we used to spend a lot of time trying to gather that knowledge. Even till the digital media had come, if you want to learn from someone, you have to go to the university, you have to go to the college, you have to go to the school, and then you have to spend time there and learn. Thanks to this virtual platform, that we are able to learn lot of things from top brains of the country. So, from the World Memory Sports School for India, we welcome each and every one of you across the globe, every part of India, for this wonderful virtual summit. And today we got 15 top speakers, experts in their own field. They're going to share their knowledge, wisdom, their expertise, and a word of advice for you to become successful. I know it's a tough call for all of us because we have lost that habit of sitting for long hours in the class. Right now we are on virtual mode. Our attention span is very less, but it is very rare that we get to hear, we get to meet, we get to learn from 15 top speakers from the country. So don't miss this opportunity. A person whom I know for many years in the field of training, an inspiration personified, and Dr. Komal Ravindra ma'am. She runs a lot of education institutions. Started her education in Mysore, and from there started a school in Chittoor called RK Model School, and from there to starting a college, and from there starting her own enterprise. From there, now she is a guest speaker and panelist in many IIMs and IITs as well. So she's a well-read person. And Komala ma'am, she has done her MA English, BEd, BL, Bachelor of Library Science, MSc, Psychology, PG Diploma in Psychological Counseling, Guidance, founder and CEO, and of many institutions. Komal Ravindra is an educator, entrepreneur, counseling psychologist, an expert trainer of communication skills with 30 plus years of experience in the private as well as public education spheres. Currently, she is the founder director of RK Model Group of Institutions, as well as the founder and CEO of Crew RK Solutions and Services Private Limited, Tirupati, Bangalore. She has a 360-degree view of education and its challenges, and she provides contextual solutions with her expertise in education psychology. For more than 3 decades, the focus of her work has been empowering the youth with English speaking skills, capacity building, and motivating students towards developing new age skills to meet the 21st century industry needs. She has also participated in the curriculum reforms, meet of NEP 2019, certified in Google Digital Unlocked, and then she's also speaker in IIM Bangalore, and then she has been through many different forums. And personally, I know ma'am because when I did my first memory program in Tirupati, and she attended that program. Even today, being the head of a RK Model Group of Institutions, she spends time. She's pursuing astrology. She's pursuing to learn Japanese new language. She's learning, and she's actually started online coaching for her students. She is an all-rounder in her by herself, and I had the privilege of being with her at many forums, and I'm so thankful for her that she had accepted my invitation to be with us today, in spite of she being so busy. So you'll be really lucky to listen to Dr. Komala Ravindra ma'am. So I would request her to address all of us on her vision about our education and what she is doing in our school and how having good memory will help all of us. Over to Dr. Komala ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Good evening to all of you. My pronouns to the President, Squadron Leader Jaisimha, the World Memory Sports Council for India. I'm very delighted to join the distinguished speakers of this panel this evening in this virtual summit. And I wish a very happy evening for all the participants in this virtual gallery. When Jaisimha sir called me and spoke about this great event in this nation for the first time, I was so happy, and I just asked him what he's expecting me to speak. He said, "Just share your experience, madam." He said, "It's really a privilege and pleasure, sir, to share my experiences." As Gampa Nageswar Rao sir has spoken initially how important communicative skills are. I faced this problem in my life. Being born in a rural village, I studied in Telugu medium up to intermediate. Then I happened to join Regional College of Education, Mysore, where English was a medium of instruction. And it was a cultural shock for me indeed. Language was a very big challenge. Learning to speak and learning to do examinations in English was a major challenge I faced. And I had to change a lot regarding receiving education, understanding, and successfully presenting in the classrooms. It was a very big challenge for me way back 30 years before. I did it in 1987 it was. I can never forget the shock I underwent. So after completing my course successfully there, with the help of my teachers and mentors and extraordinary teachers I had for 4 years, my college life was it was a like I can say a kind of transformation I underwent. My parents have given me birth, they have given me the foundational skills required, but it was my teachers at the next level who have shown me the real world. So I'm ever grateful to all my teachers. And on this platform, I offer my deep sense of gratitude to my parents and teachers, and then who helped me to move forward. Professionally, my family has contributed a lot, my family members. Coming to the experience of learning the language, after realizing I was into government sector, I worked for some years, 2 3 years. Then my husband saw the problem rural students what they are facing regarding this communicative skills English language problem. And he advised me, see, if you just work and take care of your family and your children, you will have a secured job and secured life. But why don't you do something adventurous by just quitting your job and help the rural students with English language skills? Why don't you do it? So then I thought there is a valid point in his suggestion, and I followed his suggestion. I resigned my job. I actually, in government sector, I first started my career as a secondary grade teacher, then promoted as a school assistant. I became a lecturer in English. Then I resigned my job and I started with the help of my family members. We started a group of institutions, coaching center for English, guidance and counseling center, schools, and now colleges. And then we started a private limited company where our 100% focus is on enabling rural students to get empowered in multiple dimensions, not just language. In many other areas, they need to change. So change is my favorite word. So ever since we are born, or ever since we have come to this planet Earth, every second we undergo a change. Philosophically, if you think also, so change is permanent and change is constant. Nothing else is permanent. So understanding that concept very well, I just wanted to implement in my life, and I love the word change, and I love to keep changing. I also educate students to keep changing, adapting themselves to the required situations in the environment as well as in their personal and professional life. So now speaking about the change, COVID-19 pandemic has allowed us to experience the drastic change the world is undergoing. Everybody knows. See, whether we, as Amarnath sir said, whether we like or dislike, change happens. It doesn't wait for your opinion. It is so natural. And now what can we do? We can be very positive about embracing the change and accepting the change, learn how important change is. If we don't change, we fail to exist in this digitalized era. So now I am almost 51. When the schools were shut down due to COVID pandemic, I really did not know what to do. Then I just thought I should do something remarkable. Yes, change. If I don't change myself, my outdated skill set will become irrelevant, and I cannot encourage and motivate my own students in any way. So when we shut down the schools on March 19th, and on 20th itself, I started working, changing myself to work with latest, digital technologies. And I have taken, as Jaisimha sir pointed out, I've done Google Digital Unlocked course, almost 70 to 75 hours of program it was. I struggled a lot because, I'm not from technology background. But then I had a deep desire that I have to, accept change. I have to learn. Nothing is impossible for a willing mind, willing heart. So I just took it. I worked very hard and I did. But to my surprise, I received the congratulations, letter from mail from Google stating that we congratulate you wholeheartedly for the efforts you have taken. You have successfully completed, but we are very sorry to inform you that you have scored 75%. To be certified by Google company, you need minimum 80%. That was really, I suffered a lot because of, hard work I put in. I struggled, but then I received a mail like that. I retook the course, I redid the course, I worked again, and I scored 87%. I got the certificate. On the day when I was, certified, I felt so happy that everything is possible in this world if we really set our heart and mind on it. So I would like to tell the same to everybody. See, there is extraordinary potential lying deep down within all of us, within everyone sitting here, everyone alive here. In spite of all the challenges we faced due to COVID pandemic, I am really so sorry that we have lost so many of us, our friends and family friends and our others across the country and in the globe. In spite of that, if we just look at the sunny side of it, it is COVID-19 which has accelerated the speed which is very much required for this, hyper-connected world where technology is dominating. And Amarnath sir has covered almost all the technologies which are playing a major role in the field of education as well as the business domain also. Now, we all have to say yes for the change. Whether you like it or not, we have to say. If we don't say yes, we will face a problem, very serious problem. We will not be able to, survive in the industry. In spite of, getting grades, marks alone will not help us. Gone are those days. If parents especially don't understand the need of the change at this point of time and accept change, saying yes for the digital technologies and hybrid learning, blended learning. So beautifully, see, Jaisimha sir might have never imagined that growth summit of this kind, the biggest, growth summit, virtual growth summit happening in this year. But now it is technology which is helping us to do it, to stay connected, to share views, to listen to each other, to learn, to teach, everything. So let us look at the positive side of technology and then make use of it in every aspect of our life. So education is undergoing a lot of change. We need to become global citizens. I personally feel no more, no more of conventional thinking where we restrict ourselves to the classrooms and our own, local areas. We all have to think, different at a different dimension. Say we have trained hundreds and thousands of students as far as communicative skills and personality development programs are concerned. Everyone, I feel very happy now. I feel overjoyed to say that across the globe, we have our students. Name any multinational company, whether it is Microsoft or Google or Apple or name any company, we have our students from Chittoor and in leadership position. So we could, visualize before itself that it is not just marks, it is attitude, it is behavior, it is character, it is honesty. All these values, are very important along with the academic skills. And now all the digital skills have started playing major role. And I'm so fortunate at this age to have the best of the best mentors in my life who have been directing me in a different, way, that I started working with, Dr. Pinnamaneni Bhanu Prasad, who has seen a different angle in me, which I never saw in myself. I was never confident enough. when he spoke about cutting edge technologies, future technologies, trending technologies, emerging technologies, I told, sir, I'm an MA English literature student and I'm MSc psychology student. Why do you talk about all these things? He said, you are an educator. If you don't get acquainted yourself with all the changes that are taking place in technology, you will be doing a lot of damage and injustice to the student folk. So my dear lady, you say, yes, you need not be an engineer to work with all these technologies. So for the past 3 years, I've been working on artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D printing, machine vision, robotics, everything, one by one. And to my surprise, again with him, I presented a paper in National Research Expo conducted in Sri Vidya Niketan as a resource person talking about all these future technologies. All the engineering college professors were of the opinion that I am from engineering background, which is wrong. So my dear students, you don't have to worry about from which background you are. Technology is a powerful tool to excel and to achieve what you want very easily. So it is a tool which destroys or destructs the barriers, whether you are a girl or a boy, or from a rural India, or from where you are, it doesn't matter. So technology is a powerful tool in your hands, and you will have the best access to the best of the best professors from Oxford, Stanford, or Harvard, any university. You can sit in your house and you can. So I request all the parents to change their mindset and help students. See, you don't have to invest, buying gold or this, that for all the girls, and some property for students. You buy laptops and digital devices where they can have access to the powerful, sources of learning. We have treasure house of learning available in, internet, using internet as a tool. So you don't have to tell that, screen addiction, this addiction, but tell them, guide them how to use electronic devices and how to spend their time properly for bettering themselves in every aspect of life. So they require, today's youngsters are born with technology. They're super fast in adapting themselves. And, as Amarnath sir was talking about 21st century skill set, that is very much mandatory for all the students of this age. And India has a very, wonderful scope of becoming the guru of the world if we empower our students in multiple dimensions, allowing them to excel with all these latest technologies. And we need to train them to become wealth creators, not job seekers. So there again, we expect mind shift. They need extraordinary skills. So as Jaisimha sir pointed out, I was his student in 2009. I'm so happy that I attended his class when he conducted memory classes in Tirupati. I just attended. I felt how important it is, and I learned. Then I continued, to be associated with him. When he conducted Memory Council, training program here in Chittoor, I was with him, and our students were, benefited so much by his excellent training sessions. I learned so much from him. I would like to share this incident for the benefit of everybody in the virtual gallery. When Jaisimha sir was conducting training program in Chittoor, we took over a school in Tirupati, and we wanted him to address the parents, conducting parents meeting. He had some urgent meeting in Hyderabad to attend. A day gap was left. He traveled from Chittoor to attend and complete his meeting and come back and attend the program in Tirupati. But it was a misfortune that his car met with an accident. Night, it was 10:30 or 11 o'clock. We received a call. Only driver and sir was traveling. His one eye was completely damaged, and the whole face and mouth was distorted. I still remember he underwent a major accident, but he did not let his family members know, because if at all they know, they would pull him back to Hyderabad and then they would admit him. He would not be able to attend the program here that is happening in Chittoor, and he would not be able to make a point of attending parents orientation in Tirupati. So he returned without going to Hyderabad at midnight at 1 o'clock, 1:30. We were all waiting with a team of doctors here in Chittoor. He returned and he took first aid. The next day by 10 o'clock, with a coat, with full swollen face and damaged eye, with mouth, everything bandaged, he sat on the dais with what you call unwavering spirit. And I can never forget that day in my life. Maybe he might have received that commitment and discipline to do something, to keep up his word. From he worked in Air Force, Indian Air Force, the discipline and training. He sat on the dais. I announced that he is unable to speak, but 2-3 sentences he spoke and he sat. His presence was very much important, and every parent. So that is commitment. So my dear students and parents, not just technical skills, not just digital skills, not just academic skills, not grades and marks. The person, what you are, that is very important. Your character, your values, core values, that is going to make you, be different from the crowd. So only such people, can become leaders. So this world needs, this globe needs more leaders than ever to solve all the problems that we are facing, not just in one country, the whole globe is facing. So let us aim at making all the students global citizens, acquiring amazing skills, developing amazing personalities, and becoming the global leaders in the world. So that is very important at this point of time. And fortunately, our new education policy, national education policy, has ample opportunities and excellent scope for developing our students in multiple dimensions, the syllabi and curriculum and activities, not just theory, practical orientation, occasional skills training, everything is included. Only thing we need to welcome, adapt, and embrace and support the educational system to undergo evolution, so that we Indians will help the entire globe as global leaders, playing our key role and enabling and empowering every youth of this country to realize the dreams, individual dreams as well as national dreams, so that we will excel and stand. And I really feel so happy, Jaisingha sir. And I'm always the follower of Gampa Nageshwar Rao sir. You don't know who I am. And we advise our students to follow the impact programs, and they've been getting benefited. You have been doing an amazing service to the nation, sir. Hats off to you. And JD Narayana sir, Lakshmi Narayana garu, every speaker here. And we feel so elated and excited. So now, as a parting advice, I would like to tell 10 points to all the students and all the professionals here for your personal benefit to succeed in this modern world, digital, disruptive, highly connected world. Just 10 points, remember please, so that you can just achieve whatever you want in life. The first thing is, promise yourself to stay strong. This is very important. In spite of all the disturbances we face, inconveniences and challenges and problems, they are a part of life. So you just think always, promise yourself. You don't have to promise others. Promise yourself to stay so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. That is very important. In order to do anything, in order to achieve something great, you need peace of mind. Unless you stay strong, you cannot really achieve anything. And the second point is, always talk about health, happiness, and prosperity to all your friends and to everyone you meet. You don't have to waste time talking about all unwanted things. Health and happiness and prosperity play an important role in every person's life. So I request all of you, make a promise to yourself to speak only about health, happiness, and prosperity, nothing else. Okay? And stay strong. Always, be very strong so that nothing can disturb you. And the third point is, whenever you meet somebody, make that person feel that there is something worthwhile in that person. Never speak, ill, or never demotivate with your words or disturbing words. Don't speak. There is something worthwhile in every person. Please enable with your talk, with your smile, with your conversation. Enable everybody to feel that there is something worthwhile in that person. That will help, that person to raise self-confidence, self-esteem. That is very important. And we need that very much now, especially our student community need that very much. Many students suffer from inferiority complex in spite of all the talents and skills they have. So we need to enable them to feel that there is something worthwhile in everybody. And the next important point is to look at the sunny side of everything, sunny aspect of. Let us not be very pessimistic, very gloomy, very dull, always talking about negative things in life, which is not going to help anybody. So we need to look at the sunny side of everything, every aspect in life. And then the fifth one is to think only of the best. Please don't think anything other than the best. Think only of the best and work for the best and expect the best. This will definitely help you to reach the sky, to reach high in your life. And many of us are not enthusiastic about success. It is very important. Only the people who are very enthusiastic about success will constantly and continuously work and upgrade themselves in multiple dimensions to get what they want in life. So not just being enthusiastic about your own success, try to be enthusiastic about other success also as you are of your own. That is very important. Then you will start, wishing success for everybody around. Such a happy, positive feeling it is. And let us all forget, the next important thing is we'll have to forget the mistakes we have done in the past. Many of us always, spend a lot of time digging past, suffering, reliving the suffering of the past. That is going to damage the prospective futurity of everybody. So let us forget and forgive ourselves for all the mistakes we have done and press on the achievements of future. This is very important for all of us at this point of time. And think well of yourself. Don't think so much negatively about yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. There's no unlimited power, unlimited potential hiding, lying in every one of you. So value yourself, think well of yourself, and then start thinking what you want in your life. Have a strong desire and set a dream and goal to achieve. And the next last two important things I want you to remember is give so much time improving yourself. Give so much time to improve yourself so that you will not have time to criticize others. We don't have to waste even a minute of time blaming others, criticizing others, thinking about others. So give so much time to improve yourself so that you will realize all the dreams that are close to your heart. And finally, change. Embrace the change and love the change and accept the change and enjoy everything in life. Thank you so much, Jaisimha sir, and all the participants in the virtual gallery. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was indeed a great pleasure listening to you again, because on any given day, you are such a phenomenal speaker and you remind me of those days that we spent together in Tirupati and Chittoor. It's all about commitment. And Komala ma'am, not only she will just show them the way, her students, but also she will walk the way. So she herself keeps learning and she shared so much of wisdom. So if you really liked her speech, can you go to chat box, all of you who are listening, and say, thank you, ma'am. Can we all express our thank you to her? Just go to chat box and say, thank you so much, ma'am. Komala ma'am, thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure. And I'm fortunate, to be with you. Continuously, we inspire each other. We get motivated from each other. We learn from each other. We are all here with the purpose of enabling our Indian youth to make India the #1 in the global, platform. And we will strive hard, and it is our mission, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And see, so many people are putting their comments in the chat box saying, thank you, ma'am, thank you. So that is what the gift for a teacher, because she doesn't look for money. For a teacher, when her students excel, that's the best gift a teacher can get. And today, I think we have paid our tribute to Komala ma'am today.